Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds. Start. Madam, with the adoption of the recommendations of the 6th Central Pay Commission by the Government of India effective from 1st January 2006, the salaries of the secretaries to the Government of India and that of the Cabinet Secretary have been raised to rupees 80,000 and rupees 90,000 respectively. The salary, allowances and pension of the members of parliament had been revised by the Salary, Allowances and Pension of the Members of Parliament Amendment Act 2006 with effect from 15th September 2006 and by amendment of the rules with effect from 12th December 2006. Keeping this in view and to maintain parity between the salary of the President, the Chairman of Council of States and the Governors of the States, it is proposed to consider and pass the salaries and allowances of officers of Parliament Amendment Bill 2008, further to amend the salaries and allowances of officers of Parliament Act 1953 as passed by Lok Sabha to provide that the chairman of the Council of States shall be entitled to an enhanced salary of rupees 1,25,000 per month. The above provision would involve a recurring expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India to the tune of rupees 10,22,000 per month. Madam, the bill is very simple and non-controversial in nature, based on the recommendations of the 6th Pay Commission that have enhanced the salaries of the government officers and keeping in view the salary of the President of India, which has been enhanced. This bill has been brought in this House. The Lok Sabha has already passed this bill. Therefore, I commend this bill for consideration by the House. Whether it has to be passed without discussion or with discussion, it has to be decided by the House. Madam, I stand here to speak on the salaries and allowances of officers of Parliament Amendment Bill 2008. I do not have any objection in passing this bill. I have only a small objection or a small grievance on behalf of the most of the members of Parliament. In the statement of objects and reasons, they have mentioned at present the chairman of the Council of States is paid a salary of rupees 40,000 per month. In view of the enhancement in the salary and allowances of members of Parliament and of officers of the Government of India, based on the recommendations of the 6th Pay Commission and also the amendments being proposed for raising the salary of the President of India and the governors of the states with effect from the first day of January 2006. My only objection is against this sentence in view of the enhancement of the salary and allowances of members of Parliament. While discussing this matter, I would like to draw the attention of the House and through this House of the country that there is a wrong impression about the members of parliament that they get high perks and hefty salaries. It is not correct. He is talking about this amendment. Actually, the members of parliament get a salary of rupees 16,000 per month. This salary was enhanced prior to the report of the 6th Pay Commission. As Honorable Member has mentioned about the enhancement of salary of members of parliament in this statement of objects and reasons, that is why I am raising this issue. Otherwise, I was not interested in raising this issue. Whenever I met any member of parliament in the central hall or in any meeting or somewhere else, they mention that even the salary of a member of the legislature assembly is double or triple than the member of parliament. In some states, they get rupees 25,000 or rupees 30,000 per month and other facilities also which we do not get. But in the media, in the electronic media or in the print media, every now and then there is a talk that the members of parliament are getting hefty salary and they are not properly utilizing the money, which is not correct at all. While moving this bill, the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs should have said that the salary of a member of parliament is rupees 16,000 per month. Now I come to the second point. We get rupees 14,000 for secretarial assistance, and even towards that amount there is a stipulation that one of the staff should be a computer literate. Would any computer literate staff be prepared to work for such a low salary? And this amount is to be divided for staff employed at our constituency and here. When I was discussing this privately with the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, I told him, when you are thinking about raising the salary of presiding officers of Parliament, when too you are raising the salary of President, Vice President and Governors. The term of their office is 5 years, while ours is 6 years. They are elected by a representative body, and we are also elected by a representative body. You should consider about members of parliament as well. Again, talking about secretarial assistance that we are entitled to as a chief whip of the political party or as leader of the political party, we get a private secretary, and his old basic pay is rupees 80,000 or rupees 13,500. Now today a lower division clerk draws more than that. In fact, with the implementation of the 6th Pay Commission report, he will not only draw more than that, but also with retrospective effect. Now they are not interested to discuss about members of parliament. If anybody can convince me that a salary of rupees 16,000 to a member of parliament is a good amount, then I will agree. Apart from being a member of parliament, if he or she engages in any business or provides consultancy services, there is the ethics committee. There are guidelines drawn out to the effect that we have to declare in writing that there is will not be conflict of interest and all that. Members of parliament are basically 100% 24 hours and all time members of parliament. When such is the case with members of parliament, you should take care of them too. I think it is the need of the hour to increase the pay and allowances of the members of parliament also. Sir, I would like to support this bill which has been introduced by the honorable member to increase the salary of honorable chairman. Stop.